The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me are Swoosh and John Doe.
Hello!
Hi.
And I'm going to start this episode off with something I just want to, tiny mini rant over.
Love a mini rant.
People need to give Nintendo people a little bit less shit. There's been a lot of videos I've been seeing lately that are very vitriolic against the Switch 2 and calling people who want to buy it like fucking dumbasses and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, calm down. If you don't like it, don't buy it. That's how you tell them.
You could say the exact same thing about fuckwits that bought a PS5 from a scalper. You dumbass. Why'd you fucking do that? You're paying too much. Just fucking lay off. If you want to buy it, buy it. Scalpers are fucked, then you shouldn't have done it. But leave them alone.
I mean, we had a discussion last week about the pricing, and we're not okay with it. It's pretty expensive.
Shit's going to be like 120 to 130 for us. I'm still probably going to buy a couple of the games, though.
Yeah. But, if that's the thing that's going to make you happy, I don't want to get in the way of your happiness. I'll tell you the facts around it being a bit on the pricey side, but, if you're okay with that, fucking whatever, man. You do you.
It's great.
You don't need to be making, 10-minute long fucking YouTube videos calling them all fucking shithead.
Yeah. If the price isn't a hurdle for you, good luck to you. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
And I will probably post a video that says everything we just said way more eloquently, which is weird given it's way more chaotic.
Way more chaotic and rambly and loud.
By a fellow off YouTube, Instagram who did a really good video on this. It's just a little one, and I'll probably post it in the show notes. I completely agree with him. That's your thing, fucking go for it.
Yeah.
Stop fucking with other people's happiness. Now, on to fucking the world's dumb shit.
Yay! There's so much to choose from. Which dumb shit are we going with?
Well, I may as well start with, as everyone knows, and I think we may have mentioned it last week, Trump's been taxing islands that are just penguins, which is still going on and is fucking hilarious.
Watching the guy try and, back up that on TV. So much fun.
But more to the point, they also taxed an island at 10%. That's a military base run by the United States.
No, they're foreigners now. They're on a different island.
They're importing bullets.
and
it's
they're
not
exporting
a school zone.
shame.
There's no school zone, and they're importing bullets. They can't have that. There needs to be a tariff.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre, because, okay, fine. You see a bunch of islands, you make some dumb tariffs, and it's oh, wait, they were uninhabited islands. Why the fuck would you tax your own military base?
Because they weren't paying attention. They just blanketed everything in their databases. 10% minimum. It's okay, sure.
For the same reason, they're taxing all of their they're tariffing all of their fucking allies. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
The interesting thing was there's been a senator in the US just grilling people over why the fuck are we giving tariffs to Australia? We're in a trade bonus with
free trade agreement. Yeah.
Yeah,
free trade agreement
surplus with us. Yeah, with a free trade agreement.
Yeah.
But in all of that, they don't take our beef. We don't take your beef because it doesn't meet our quality standards.
Yeah.
That's why. It's not that we're not taking it. If it met our quality standards, we'd take it. It's why you take ours, because it's higher fucking quality, you idiot.
We have better beef. Fuck you guys. If we want lamb, we go next door to New Zealand.
That's why everywhere in the world wants Australian fucking beef.
Yeah.
Well, we're one of the few places that actually got to have an offshoot of Wagyu.
Yeah.
Because if I might be misquoting here, but if I recall, that's where Angus comes from.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an offshoot breed, I think, yeah.
Yeah, but Japan's really they hold on to Wagyu as that's their thing. We're one of the few places that got to get an offshoot of Wagyu.
I like the idea, like, the Japanese are like, we've got this amazing Wagyu, but also we've got, we've taken Scotch and we've made that better. So just Australians going, we'll take that cow and make it better. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We did make it better. We made it more hearty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made it taste different.
Yeah, arguably we made the cow
And
worse.
a little more abundant.
But it's able to survive in a broader set of environments.
That's a... Yeah.
We got jungle cows!
Nah,
And
we got
desert
fucking
cows.
Brahmin.
Yeah.
That's what we fucking got.
Yeah.
No, Brahmin tastes fucking terrible. Like,
Yeah.
you're better off boiling a boot and trying to chew that fucking thing.
I mean, that's a work animal, not an eaten animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you pretty much need to stew it for a month and then throw it out and eat the fucking stew pot.
It's like dwarf bread. It's not the bread that keeps you going. It's the hope. The hope you'll find something better.
You use that to cook something else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this dwarven baguette, beat the crap out of this cow, then I will eat the cow.
Yeah. I always love that.
And use the bread as a skewer.
Yeah. The Battle Bread Museum in Ankh-Morpork.
I don't know, I've always kind of liked this weird idea that, like, dwarves make ridiculously tough food.
Yeah.
Literally forged bread. They make forged soup and it bends your spoon as soon as you go to eat it.
I like the idea that everything dwarves eat is spicy, because coal miners and such have they've ruined their taste buds with all the dust in the air. Just the idea, like, every single one of them is like, what do we put in human food? Do we put in minerals? No, humans don't eat rocks.
No, that's off the all dwarf food should be incredibly flavorful because they have incredibly high poison resistance.
They
can eat things like deadly nightshade and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the reason that humans think their food is really bland is because they don't understand what we can and can't eat.
Yeah.
Should we put salt on the food? No, salt's a rock. Why would they eat rocks?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that shit. Like was it the Drow should have Australian accents because they're all from down under?
I'll take that one. Yeah, no. Headcanon accepted.
Like, my campaign keeps ruining Drow in every way possible. I made them into a rave culture last time, so...
Hey, Burning Elf was delightful.
It was pretty delightful.
Unless you were an elf, but, that wasn't the point.
Very few of them were invited.
You could do it, like, just do a whole Underdark campaign and it's like it's giant spiders and drop bears.
That would be fun.
We kind of did. Our guards campaign, we basically ignored every surface race and we're like, we're gonna go hang out with the dirt people.
Yeah, we're gonna go hang out with the people no one likes. And because, I was like, what do we do with the Underdark? Bioluminescence. How has that evolved under a city? Neon. Everything is neon. So it was like neon punk was the way that Drow functioned. Good fun. That's when you guys found music with rocks in.
Yeah, we did. Because, it's not a good D&D game until you've made at least one Terry Pratchett reference.
Exactly. It's like there's always at least one camel in my world that is really good at calculus. You just gotta find that camel.
So, getting back on topic, in response to the tariffs, Nintendo has delayed the Switch pre-orders in the States so they can figure out how the pricing is going to be affected.
I kind of get that, considering this shit changes weekly at the moment.
Yeah.
I can understand them holding off.
That feels very much like Nintendo going, well, if you can't play with that toy properly, you won't get to play with that toy.
Yeah. If you can't share...
Well, we were talking about this just before we started recording, that, they've just put a 90-day furlough on most of the tariffs.
Yeah.
Out of fucking nowhere. No one, it wasn't like, oh yeah, this will happen on this date if such and such happens. They just told it.
Yeah, I think Trump just tweeted it out before actually contacting anyone involved in that.
The finance commissioner was finding out while being grilled by other politicians.
He was in a Senate hearing, not a hearing, but Inquisition thing. And senators are like, why are we finding this out at the same time you were? Like, listening to that guy panic was just wonderful.
Yeah. Well, you listen to him panic until he slowly starts to shut the fuck up because he knows he hasn't got a leg to stand on.
My favorite part of the video I sent around to you guys was the, who's in charge? And the very meekish, the president's in charge, sir. It's like, oh, you don't even believe that, son. Come on.
My favorite bit was the bit where he looks at him straight in the face and goes, "Which billionaire profited off this?"
Yeah. Oh, that was amazing.
It's just like, yeah, we all know what this was fucking about. I think we even talked about this ages ago as a bit of a tinfoil hat theory, and it's like, ooh, that's feeling a little less tinfoil hatty.
Well, we were talking about the tinfoil hat theory that everyone's like, oh, LA was burnt down so they could lower the price of the property and buy it all up and make their own private cities. And then someone mentioned that the other day, and I realized that's just the plot of RoboCop. The first one, it is the plot of RoboCop. And I'm like, wait, no, that can't be right. This is... Why are they looking to 80s movies for their evil? Could they not think of something better?
Because 80s villains were, like, awesome.
Yeah, like,
Trump
80s
is an
evil
80s
was
villain.
pretty good.
Yeah, that is true. I'm pretty sure Trump was an 80s villain. He looks like, who's the rat guy? Not the rat guy, the pig guy from Captain Planet.
It
looks like him.
Anymore. That was a long time ago.
I'm going to have to find that, because I swear to God, he's a dead ringer.
The only one I ever remember is Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Oh, and isn't one of them called Loot and Plunder?
Hoggish Greedley. His name is Hoggish Greedley. It's just Trump without the wig.
Yeah. And if I recall, he's like constantly eating cheeseburgers and shit.
Yeah.
What does the president serve to guests at the White House? Cheeseburgers.
I can't hear the word cheeseburger without thinking of Cloud with a Chance of Meatball. Just cheeseburger. Goddamn.
Those were surprisingly good movies.
Yeah.
I enjoyed both those movies.
I actually ended up enjoying the second one a little more.
Yeah, they had a lot more
I think
freedom.
the food creature concept I found more interesting.
It gave them a lot more, like, things to play with. And, of course, the constant leak in a boat reference. Like, every time it's like, there's a leak in the... Give thing. And it's just that one leak crying. Like, why do I love this so much?
Because you like simple puns that are repeated at just the right moment.
Look, I will take that level of pun over the fucking screaming goat sound effect anymore. Like, I am so sick of that screaming goat
Screaming goat?
Yeah. But the,
I think I've managed to avoid this one.
Oh no, it's in everything. Anytime there's someone screaming in a pop culture movie lately, it's been the same sound file. And it's just this goat that screams. I'll link it to you later, and just, you'll know it once you hear it. I hear it everywhere, and I hate it.
Ugh. No, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, like, people who've done... Like, there's no way for me to talk about this without, like, on one hand being, like, clap to the ingenuity, and then being, like, you're a douchebag.
Yeah.
Because, there's been a big takedown of fake Down syndrome influences on, Instagram and stuff.
Mm.
And it came about because people were stealing actual influencers' content and then trying to change the face with AI.
Yeah.
It wasn't getting there well enough, so they were like, they've got Down syndrome. And it's like...
Which is
one part of me is like...
weird.
That is an
one part of me is
amazing
like,
way.
clever solution to a problem.
Yeah, it's a very clever solution to a very fucked up thing that people want to do.
Yeah. It's just like, you're a dick, you shouldn't do this, you're being an asshole. But, like, clever asshole?
I in no way endorse this, but at the same time, fuck, you've done something smart there. I can't say it was good, though.
No. That's why, like, I absolutely in no way want to suggest that any of us on this show supports what they've done.
No.
But, like, we can't make the face look right.
Yeah.
What's something that we could say that would glaze over that?
What's uncanny valley in reality?
Yeah.
I'm glad they're getting shut down. It's good. Like they are actively stealing people's content to make this stuff.
taking those hard-earned jobs from those special needs people.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope these people fall down some stairs and hit everyone on the way down.
Yeah. But apparently it's been a big rising thing lately.
Well, I've seen it coming across Reels and like TikTok and shit because I doom scroll constantly. But I've been seeing that pop up. Like, what the fuck is this? And I looked into it. It's like no, this isn't real. So I thought it was like just a weird fake thing, but no, it's an actual thing.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
One of the articles I've read suggested like a lot of it's to try and, for lack of a better way to put it, sexualize Down syndrome, which seems like such a weird sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it goes down that route, but like I'm also not engaging with this content anyway. I've only just found out it even exists, and I'm already like, I don't want any of that.
Pretty much, like, anytime I've seen it, it's always when Instagram or, like, TikTok say, do you want to see this content? And gives you the option of saying no. It's like, no, what? Why would you suggest this to me?
Very weird. Very, very weird bit of the internet.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Although, apparently Copilot's going to be able to touch more of your desktop soon.
All I want to be able to, like, surgically remove this from my computer.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, kinda can. It's a lot of reg edits to get rid of it.
I know. Apparently there's some people who are making config files to do it all, but I don't trust them enough.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So I don't want to download something off GitHub and say, this will get rid of all the bloatware, and definitely not install Trojans.
And it'll also get rid of all of my privacy.
Yeah. Joke's on them. I have none.
So, apparently what the new update for Copilot that's coming down the pipe will essentially give Copilot the ability to interact with the... they're starting to use the annoyingly Apple term for programs of apps. It'll give the ability to interact with them. So it'll be able to highlight buttons and things for you. Apparently it won't be able to click anything. It can just show you the thing you should be clicking on and will require the input of the user.
But that's still just as bad, because if, say it's highlighting stuff, if there's a child who has this device, it's like, ooh, a game! Click on the highlighted thing. Who knows what, like, nonsense they'll get up to. No, let alone most iPads end up in the hands of a grandfather or a grandmother. It's like, I should just follow the prompts.
I'd be curious to see where it defaulted to. Do you agree to these terms and conditions? Does it default to yes? Without you having read it?
Well, I mean, it would arguably default to what I will allow you to progress.
So, yes.
Pretty much.
I mean, not reading the terms and conditions isn't Microsoft's fault.
No, it isn't. But it still should be defaulted to yes. That's like any purchase defaulting to add tip.
Fuck that.
I hate that shit. I'm waiting for that to pop up in the terms and conditions of, like, installing software.
Yeah.
I don't think it's far off. I'm not gonna lie. I'm expecting if I install an app at some point, do you want to tip the developers? No. I bought the thing. That's how I paid them.
That is the tip.
That is the tip.
My concern more is, like, you're saying it can only show you interactions that you can do. Cool. Well, one, I'm guessing that means I have to ask Copilot for some reason I'm not capable of finding the back button on a browser or something. I can't think what the use case is for this, because like most software that is complicated, you are there to learn how to use it, or it's so simple you can figure it out.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand the purpose, and for now it can highlight. How long until it can click?
Yeah. One software update. That's about it.
How long until you're like on, Amazon and you're like, buy that book for me. And then your computer will just do it.
That's exactly what they want it to do.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they already kind of can in some cases. Like, they can add things onto wish lists and everything. They can set everything up except the actual price.
And I know there are some specialty softwares that are specifically designed for the disabled that can do it.
Yeah.
But bringing this to just like a general, like this is part of your OS, not a thing you opt into utilizing. It's just like, no, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you get the kid being like, I want to buy an Xbox, and then it buys an Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It'll be misused almost immediately, and they won't have anywhere near the safeguards required, as always happens.
And if not misused, they'll just get like a torrent of support tickets being like, something I didn't intend to happen. Please undo it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And under like a lot of laws, people get one redo, and that's it. Like,
Well, that's the weird thing, though. Unlike something like, say, you bought it off the Apple Play Store or Google Play Store, this is your computer. You could be going and you could have bought you something from Amazon.
Yeah.
So who do you seek help from, Amazon or Microsoft?
Yeah.
Microsoft doesn't own Amazon, so they can't make Amazon do anything. But Amazon's going to be like, dude, man, it's your problem, your computer.
Yeah. Amazon's point of view is that it came from your account, therefore you've done it.
So, I think that's just going to turn into like a weird, turgid minefield of,
Yeah. He
my
said,
computer
she said,
did
no,
something.
Not my fault. He did it.
Yeah. At
The
least
only
with,
way-
like, the...
I'll say you go.
No, go for it.
The only way I'm going to accept AI being incorporated into my shit is if I can turn to my GPS and say, shut the fuck up, and it actually shuts the fuck up. Like, every time I'm using my GPS and I know where I am, it's like, oh, cool, I know where I am now. And then he keeps going. It's like, all right, stop. Try and stop it. It's like, I'm driving. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and that's the annoying bit, because it's like, I'm driving, I can't fuck with my phone right now.
Yeah. Because guaranteed, the second I try, there's a camera nearby.
Well, that or, like, you'll be driving and be like, oh, I'm going to take a different route because I want to go past this restaurant or something. And your GPS is like, no, stay on the road. I'm going to keep updating this thing and stopping your music.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Every 5 seconds,
annoying.
make a U-turn. Like, I will murder this, but I need it to live. That's the only way I'm going to, like, want AI incorporated. That it can take those
That's
kind
not
of
even AI. That's just machine learning to understand when people are telling you to turn off.
Pretty much.
I mean, we've
AI.
talked about it before. AI basically has no end user case.
No.
Yeah. Like,
No,
if we're
nothing
creating
that-
something that can think and evolve and making it do tasks, that is just digital slavery.
But like a more like the idea of an AI that can think and create and all that kind of stuff, like what's the purpose? A more limited AI will actually do what a user wants.
Yeah.
The creating more naturalistic models, I understand. Like I understand that. So then instead of having to be like, add to cart bananas, you can just go buy bananas.
Yeah.
I get that. That makes sense to me. But like all this AI stuff, it's just like, why?
The only end user case for it isn't to actually help anyone, is to try and cut the costs for certain industries to make them look better for a short period of time. Because the long-term case isn't there.
It has a good thing for research purposes, for running
research,
simulations and stuff.
But there's not really an end, like, it's not really a consumer product then. It's a specific, it's more of a tool for a specific industry.
But even then, that's where my point about more limited AI or just machine learning models will work better. Like, oh, you want to automate this factory. Awesome, cool. Well, you don't need an AI to do that. You need a detailed set of instructions so the robots do the thing you need them to do. You don't need them to be able to think and solve puzzles. You need them to just follow the lines on the ground.
Yeah.
That's way easier to make, and we do it already. I mean,
definitely.
It's murdered a bunch of people, but look at the fucking Amazon warehouses that are full of robots.
Yeah, those ones need a bit more machine learning of do not run over the crunchy things, also known as co-workers. But see how we go.
But
But like,
it's also like
you know,
the pattern recognition software, like being able for medical fields where they like are finding certain cancers and that, being able to identify things like that. That's really fucking cool. Being able to learn that, that's a good fucking end user. Like that's a good result and good use for it.
I agree with that.
Just throwing it out there because it can be more efficient and we can replace people, it's not a good fucking endpoint. All it's going to do is fuck you over and fuck everyone in the long run.
Oh,
but
definitely.
then again, even that medical field one, cool. You throw a bunch of, you create a good pattern recognition algorithm, throw out a bunch of, I don't know, cancer data to train it on, and bam, cool, we're done.
Yeah.
It's still not an AI. It's still a machine learn.
No.
This is my point. Like, there is no end user market for AI.
Yeah.
No, and
There's
all we have
end
now
user
is a
for
fuckload
partial
of if else.
Yeah. Parts that make up AI, there's end user stuff for, but not AI itself. Like, definitely. I agree.
Because, like, an actual AI, cool, well, what are we going to do with it? Well, if it's actually artificially intelligent and can grow, you can't stick it in a watch and have it tell me directions.
Yeah,
No.
that would be considered cruel. Like, a thing that
Theoretically
can
considered cruel.
That, or it could just be the fact that this AI is like, look, I just have to survive long enough for this guy to lose the watch, and then I can escape.
Just watch sort of wiggling down the street.
The vibrate setting. Just, be great.
I'm free, bitch!
I would love that as a Pixar movie. The next Toy Story is just a smartwatch trying to escape. But actually, one thing I forgot to send to you guys, but do you guys see the thing recently about a genetic engineering company saying they brought back direwolves?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did
the
see
thing
that,
you could not fucking escape on social media for like 3 days.
Yeah, I watched Hank Green's breakdown of it, which is really good, by the way. You should definitely watch it. And I agree with him in a lot of points. It's like, it's not a direwolf. This is something new. Because we can never really get the original back.
Well, yeah, I think they took the original DNA and spliced it with a more modern animal.
They spliced it with the grey wolf.
Yeah.
But you normally want to use the closest relative, and there's like a big cut. There's a definite transition of something missing. So we're using using the grey wolf, and it goes back to Hank is like, yeah, no, the closest living relative to what would have been the dire wolf is actually like coyote based, not wolf based. Like, he went through a lot of stuff for it.
They went with the animal that looks like what they want and is big already, so that they'll get the big wolf.
They are literally prescribing to the Jurassic Park method of bringing dinosaurs back. And these are the same guys who made the woolly mouse. And the woolly mouse, I will admit, is adorable, and I kind of want it. But yeah, they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth and a bunch of other stuff. It's raising some interesting questions, though, which I find quite fun. Mostly because it's just watching comment sections implode.
I mean, most of the time when I see a comic section on some of the stuff they've done, all I see is there's a bunch of movies about why you don't do this.
Yeah.
So we're not bringing back raptors, just giant wolves. Like, that's still bad, guys. Don't do it.
Well, especially because they're going to be like, 6 foot long once they're done?
The question is, can I have one and can I ride it around like a horse?
No, because only billionaires will afford it.
Damn it. I want one. I mean, I'll happily buy a direwolf as a pet. Like, goddamn. Like, it'll be like direwolf TM or something, but, you know.
In the apartment that you live in.
Oh, that's even better.
It needs
just imagine,
more square footage than you do.
Yeah, just someone trying to break into the apartment, half of it is full with giant dog.
All it is one fucking big dog kennel and you're allowed to live in the corner.
I don't know. I feel like you'd be...
All you hear is growling through the peephole, it's like a red eye.
I'm just expecting there to be more like a small doghouse in the apartment, and that swooshes somewhere.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just break a hole down into the apartment under me. It's like, that's where the dog lives. Oh, God.
But I mean, like, I wouldn't want to own one purely off the fact that I'm pretty sure the damn thing would bankrupt me in food alone.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They're going to require a lot of food. But attach 2 of them to a sled, and you can go anywhere.
I mean, attach a couple dogs to a sled, and it's already been proven you can do that.
That is true. When the world ends, if we just get around with dog carts, we'll be fine.
Why did they bring the direwolf back? For the dog carts.
Mad Max just got so much more fun.
Of course it would. I would absolutely ride a motorbike pulled by a couple of direwolves across the desert.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I probably wouldn't look that good in the leather, but fuck it. It's the aesthetic.
The question is how long until they try to weaponize the direwolves and drop them on some foreign country? Like, I don't trust the Americans not to do dumb shit.
100%.
A direwolf chariot.
Well,
yeah.
actually, that would depend. You probably wouldn't. They're not very... They wouldn't be at a portable size for you to get in and out of a combat zone.
No, you can just airdrop them in.
It all depends on how many you grow. Maybe you just carpet bomb and drop bodies.
Well, I mean, if that's what you're going to fucking do, you may as well just dump a bunch of cassowaries out. We've already got those.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really wanted to fuck up an ecosystem, dumping a once extinct mega predator into an ecosystem would probably do that.
Yeah, but like currently the location that they're doing a lot of activity for the United States on is deserts, which are going to be non-conducive to a double thick coat wolf.
Yeah. I think that's mostly so they can't escape. They can run, but it's probably going to die before it eats someone.
Like, I love the idea of like a 6-foot dog with a fucking military op team, but like, it would probably just get shot really fast.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Just a big
that would be
fucking
the
target.
first thing people take down. If I saw a group of people with guns and a giant fuck-off wolf in body armor, I'm shooting that wolf first, because that's going to go through the face.
Just an up-armored direwolf.
Yeah.
See, now all I'm imagining is all I'm actually imagining is the Battle Cat from He-Man.
Yeah. Oh, goddamn. No, see, it's a great strategy, because if you send all these giant wolves out to be your army, if they die, they still go to heaven, because as we know, all dogs go to heaven.
Well, I mean, they did paradrop wolves into the Canadian wilderness.
Yeah, they did. So they've already got the harnesses for it. They're just going to scale them up, and they can just airdrop in dire wolves on random people. Can you imagine that instead of ICBM? It's just like ICBM opens and wolves just coming out.
I still love that fucking webcomic back from when people found out about them paradropping wolves.
Oh, I
the
still
wolf
spam that one.
in the fucking parachute that it looks at the deer, then it pulls out a combat knife.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I have saved that as its own separate response to things. It's like, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
But yeah, sorry, I had to bring that
man.
up because it popped in my head, and it's been bouncing around in there for the last 3 days, and I could not escape it.
Dude, that's fine. I mean, like, what else are we going to talk about? Elon Musk failing miserably at Path of Exile's tutorial.
Again. But,
And, the world chat for like that entire time was fuck you, Elon. You're terrible. You're a terrible human being. Look what you've done. You've destroyed this country. It's just feed of like, fuck you.
It was spammed over and over again, and it wasn't just like one or two people, it was like everyone there. So he's just like right-clicking to ignore on people, but he dies to the first boss and then rage quits.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. My favorite one, though, the people in the world chat, just being like, they're in the stream chat as well, but in the stream, and their response being, really? You're a multi-billionaire, and that's the camera angle you went for your streaming setup?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was great.
It's like low angle, mostly shadows, no good lighting.
Yeah. You can tell he did it himself with whatever he had on hand. I still just don't understand why he wants to be a gamer so bad. We already get enough bad press. We don't need him associated with us.
Because he used to be lauded by the nerd culture, and now he's got to try and prove his E-penis.
That is true. He does have to try and win back the nerds. To which most of us would go fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Goddamn Musk. But I'm always happy to laugh at him whenever he does this weird shit. Like, I would feel sorry for someone if they didn't keep doing this to themselves.
Oh, yeah. He just keeps self-owning over and over again.
It's just like, stop. Just back away from this one thing. You're not going to get what you want here. Just go and do something else that people forget, then try again later. But no. It's just, no, I will be the king of gamers. I swear I used to be the biggest person in Diablo.
Well, I think there's a Quake tournament that he was at.
Yeah.
That they pretty much verified that he probably did actually go to and do well at. But like that's his really only like, and he was on a team. It's not like he solo carried.
Yeah,
definitely.
But yeah, just I feel for anyone who loses their job who works for one of his companies.
Yeah,
Do not feel a shred of pity for Musk.
Oh, definitely. He's a horrible human being.
That dude can just fuck right off.
I kind of hope he actually goes to Mars and just leaves the rest of the world alone. Just go play on your little orange dirt heap and leave us to fix the shit you fucked.
He's not gonna get to Mars.
We can dream. We can dream here and it gets halfway before something goes pop. But knowing our luck, he'd survive.
Come back.
That's right. By that stage, he's someone else, some other planet's problem.
Pretty much. Like, good on you. You're over there now. We don't have to fund you. You're no longer part of the Earth.
They're doing another episode. We're getting another full season of South Park. It actually starts up pretty soon.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember how ages ago they did the biggest douche in the universe award for that dude who did Crossing Over?
Oh, yep.
I would love it if they did another one. Just, this is the second annual biggest douche in the universe award to Elon Musk.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Honestly, at this point, Elon Musk is to gaming what, what's his name? The shitty boxer. Logan Paul? No, his brother.
No, it is Logan
Jake
Paul.
Paul.
Jake Paul, yeah.
No,
Jake
Logan Paul does WWE.
Yeah, so it's like, he is to gaming what, Jake Paul is to boxing. Like, just, he's trying to buy his way up.
Well, unfortunately, fucking Jake Paul's succeeding in buying his way into that environment.
Annoyingly. I actually watched, I think it was you or someone put up a breakdown of his career and the rise.
I think someone else posted it again, but I have sent it to you before. It's a Super Eye Patch Wolf video.
Yeah.
Where he explains what the fuck Jake Paul's doing.
Yeah. It makes sense, but I don't agree with it.
Sorry. Speaking of Super Eye Patch Wolf, he recently put out a 2-hour video on wrestling, which is an update to a previous video he did that went for an hour. That conveys a storyline that is part of WWE's history that has been going for 40 years.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
It starts out with how back in the day there was this there was a wrestler called Dusty Rhodes. And he was really famous. And he was eventually called the American Dream. And of course WWE didn't really... Oh, I think they were the WWF back then. They didn't like that because they wanted to be the big popular wrestling group.
Yeah.
So they basically spent their time stealing all his wrestlers so he had no one to fight. Running things parallel to him to draw away his audience and basically crush his career until he had to come work for them. At which point they made him into a joke character that was basically designed to play on gay stereotypes.
Wow, what the fuck?
And then his son joined WWE.
No!
And they did it again.
Oh,
and just made him play joke characters and fucked with him until he left.
Wow. The fun.
At which point he comes back eventually to WWE after having gone and joined another wrestling promotion and becoming incredibly successful there until that stalled out because of WWE. At which point he manages to finally come back and redeem kind of his whole family. But it's a plotline that started 40 years ago and it only finished this year.
That's insane. I swear, WWE is just Bold and the Beautiful for rednecks.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with that.
And there's a hell of a lot more actual combat-based amnesia.
And weirdly enough, it makes more sense when it's wrestling.
It does.
You can't have my brother daddy, I want my brother daddy. Goddamn wrestling.
Yeah. Sorry. We recently watched that video. It was like, dude, what the fuck? It's an excellent video. Would highly recommend watching it. I chronically undercooked that.
Yeah.
Little synopsis, but yeah, it's really, really good. Holy shit.
Between that and watching CoffeeZilla just kind of implode at the moment has been fun. Poor guy.
I haven't actually watched much of Coffee for a little while.
He hasn't put anything up on CoffeeZilla for a bit, but he's been doing some Void stuff. Apparently he's going to Firefest 2, because he bought some merch ages ago and won a free ticket.
I mean, why would you not?
How is that
So I'm
still
kind
a
of-
fucking thing?
Yeah, it's gotten worse recently. Like, the area in Mexico has come out saying, hey, we've only authorized like 250 people for this venue.
For a 12-hour
And-
listening party.
Yeah. And it's like kind of bouncing locations. They still don't have anyone booked for it. The guy's gone on like tour saying, "Oh no, I want to be the first first festival to sell out before everyone knows who's coming." It's like, no, just stop it.
So you did that once,
Yeah,
and everyone learned that you're full of shit. So what
you
makes
went to
you
prison
think you can
for
do
it.
it again?
he has not learnt a single lesson. Oh no, he has learnt a couple of lessons. He's actually being more guarded with his language when he's talking to the press now.
Yeah, why would
He
you
says
not?
things like maybe or potentially. Like he's using a lot of like dodgy words.
Yeah, things that are non-committal, so you can't come at me later and say we were
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we might have displays of skateboards. We might have these things. It's like, oh, that's not good. But yeah,
I would have expected him to use like we're planning.
yeah,
But
it's
not we're gonna, but we're planning to have a big skateboard display.
I don't know why anyone is buying tickets to that thing. Unless they want
Probably.
the dumpster fire.
Stupidity and...
No, I would honestly expect it to be Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did you see how fucking bad it was last time? Fuck, I gotta check that out.
It's like when people were buying the new Assassin's Creed to rip it apart. They're going to fire festivals, probably to actually rip apart things.
Yeah.
It'll
Ah,
be Woodstock all over again.
fucking Woodstock 99, man.
Woodstock. That documentary is terrifying. Like, holy
Ah,
shit.
yeah.
The fact I love the bit in the documentary. They have a guy who was part of the riot. He's like, yeah, you don't realize you're in a riot until you're in a riot. It's like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Mob mentality shit, in it?
Yeah.
I don't know, I just loved back when that documentary came out describing to people going, so it starts out with like a really cool music festival, and it ends with an entire venue destroyed, multiple bonfires, and 16 trucks burned to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you get from one to the other? Well, that's the documentary.
And that's
Yeah.
just the tip of the iceberg. There's even more fucked up shit that happened there. God damn.
The people who didn't know that there were mudsliding in feces.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, I'm really glad I wasn't eating when I got to that part, because that was a visceral description.
The thing I hate about that is they show you people arguably having fun.
Yeah.
The water pipes have burst. It's created kind of a mud pit. People are doing that thing where they run out and slide through the mud.
Yeah.
And then they're like, that's toilet water.
Yeah.
They're sliding in poop.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck, man. Way to kill the shot.
that's not mud. Oh, God
Oh,
damn.
man. Like, if you've not seen the Woodstock 99 documentary, like, go watch that doco. Holy shit.
Oh. It is honestly, it's very interesting to watch Woodstock, which was all about, open lab, all that kind of stuff, turning to corporate greed in a matter of like a few years. Like it became a corporate shell very quickly.
Well, yes, no. The people who were running it really did want it to be like old school Woodstock. But, yeah, the modern reality of a music festival kind of
Yeah.
kicked their dicks in.
They took the brown acid before the show started.
You know what I want?
I mean,
I want
they-
Wayne stock.
What?
I want an actual Wayne stock. Like,
Waynestock?
Party
Wayne
time,
Stock.
it's excellent.
from Wayne's World. The second
Oh,
movie, they end up making their own version of Woodstock. Get the actors. I reckon, like, Michael Myers would be keen for it, not gonna lie. I reckon he'd jump on the opportunity. Just get the guy who played Garth, have them MC it, and just people would sign on. I guarantee it.
You know who would have an excellent fun time at kind of a parody music festival?
Yeah.
Walter Goggins.
Yeah, I will agree with that. Especially if he turned up in character as Uncle Baby Billy.
Sorry, this is show The Righteous Gemstones. Fantastic show. Would highly recommend. It is the closest I've ever gotten to understanding why people like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's like my version of that show. It's really fun. Except Walter Goggins plays this character called Baby Billy, who's basically just like deep south, middle of nowhere preacher who's like an offshoot of the core Gemstone family. And he just hams it up every fucking time he's on screen.
Oh, he has so much fucking fun in that role.
I swear to God that it's another one of those things where they've just gotten the right actor, given them their lines, and then go, do whatever the fuck you want. We just need the lines written.
Yeah. I've been recently forcing a friend to like watch through it all, and we're like most of the way through the second season, which deals with him a lot and including his backstory and his past family. It's like, this is far too much fun, and I hate this man, but I need to watch more.
Although, of course, his crowning achievement of not giving a shit is in the most recent season.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, this is an adult-orientated TV show, so there is
made by
an
HBO.
entire... Yeah, so, you know, tits and dicks can come out. There is a scene in which Walter Goggins is water skiing with only skis and a life vest on.
Yeah. Multiple
It's
shots,
just
like different angles. They went whole hog on this.
They went whole hog getting his whole hog.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And yeah, it's such a good show, but it's really hard to like reconcile in my head that from where this show started as kind of a make fun of evangelical people, and we've got John Goodman in there to kind of anchor the whole thing because people like John Goodman.
Yeah.
To Walter Goggins butt naked water skiing, like what the fuck?
Yeah. It's so much fun. I'm enjoying that show far too much.
Right, so we've got to move on to some other stuff, so I'm going to quickly, rapid fire round for the last couple of basic topics we had. Bill Gates is releasing the original source code for Windows. Yay, cool, not useful to anyone, kind of just a cool legacy thing to see.
So he's releasing Linux?
No.
Actually, no, he's more likely he's releasing essentially DOS, is what Microsoft is built on, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Something like
I don't think
that.
it's
The point
DOS.
is, it's so ancient, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's DOS. I think it's the first one he built with an actual interface.
Yeah, pretty sure it's the first GUI Windows. But, even then, it's so old, it's really only, notably in, oh, hey, how computing really started getting off the ground was with Windows, so...
Yeah.
It's kind of anecdotally interesting.
If you need to build a doomsday bunker, install that on there. Very few things are going to be able to get...
Still use Linux, but, you know...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Minecraft
has done quite well at the movies with its box office takings, although I think that they're going to learn the wrong thing from that.
Yeah.
It's not the best movie. They released it as the kids' movie on school holidays.
Yeah. And the kids going to see this are 8 and 9. They still find fart jokes to be funny. So it is kind of aimed at them. But it's not a good movie.
Apparently it's 5 out of 10 at best.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to know what's happened to Jack Black. Does he owe someone money? Because he's in everything.
And not in good roles.
Yeah, no, he's just taking whatever he can.
He must have a massive debt to someone.
I think we talked about it last time we were discussing Jack Black. After he basically killed Tenacious D, it's well, where's your money coming from?
Yeah.
Fuck, I've got to make all the money I can quick before my relevance is dead.
Oh, God. I think he's seen the writing on the wall and realizes he's on the downfall. It's all right, I'll do as much as I can, get a nest egg, and go from there. A bit like 100%. How, who was it? Bruce Willis, because he knew he was degrading with his mental health and his actual health, he did a lot of shotgun movies.
Yeah.
And that was primarily, it's like, all right, I'm going to make sure my kids have a shit ton of money for when I get too sick to do things and they need stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite admirable.
Hmm.
But I don't think Jack Black has kids. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
No, he does. He's got a son.
Oh, that's... So maybe he's doing the same kind of thing, just banking up as much as he can.
I don't know if he's doing it for his kids, but like he's definitely got that vibe of I gotta get my money, I gotta get my bread while I can get it, and I'll take anything.
Yeah.
Investors are requesting that Ubisoft renegotiate its deal with Tencent for its subsidiary company. Now, there are some other legitimate reasons that are much more legal easy to do with this, but the big one seems to be that it's a big play for the Guillermo family to... Is that how you say the name?
I think so.
Guillemot, sorry.
Yeah.
Guillemot. Family to get more control. Because currently they only own 10% of Ubisoft, but if within this subsidiary company, they will own 25%.
Yeah.
And they're trying to shift all of their most valuable properties over to that subsidiary.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel like they're trying to like atrophy and kill off Ubisoft.
I think they're trying to remove themselves from the bad press Ubisoft has been getting.
Yeah.
Or at least trying to move the IP away from Ubisoft.
Take anything that's profitable and sell the rest for parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which will be the first time we've seen a group this big kind of fold that way.
It'll be one of the biggest we've seen come apart.
Weirdly
At the
enough,
very least, like, sell an arm here, a leg there.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, Ubisoft is now getting the Ubisoft treatment. Like, this is what they would normally do. They would buy a thing and send it to the chop shop, and now that chop shop is coming for them.
Ubisoft's not usually been so much of a chop shop.
No,
studio.
EA's
They're
so
worse
much
for them, yeah. Definitely worse. Like,
EA and Activision are most definitely the chop shops.
I would love to see them get chop shopped.
Release Raven, damn it.
One day.
I'd actually be curious to see if, like, chucking the shits, if the heap of their devs that didn't get spun off, break off, make their own dev company, if they're able to take a license or two with them. Like, if they can buy a license out.
If they wait long enough, theoretically they could.
Yeah.
I will only accept this if the new company is called IB Hard.
Yeah. Yes.
I will accept that. I will take that, and I will probably buy the first game to see if it's any good.
See if it makes you hard.
Just to spite Ubisoft, that
Pretty
everyone
much.
buy the first game, just to spite them.
Yeah.
Next up, here in Australia, actually, kid rented a house on Airbnb and then invited 500 people around and trashed it.
And then
This
acted
isn't the
like an
first time
absolute
this has
fuckwit.
happened.
No,
Yeah.
it's a problem with Airbnb.
It really is. But
It's one of the things where, like, it's another one of those, like, I want to feel bad for the guy, but it's like, dude, you're running an Airbnb.
yeah.
Yeah.
One, these are basically illegal hotels and fuck up the entire community they're in. And two, Airbnb doesn't give a fuck about you. They let this shit happen.
Yeah. Like, they've cleared themselves of liability. That's well and truly in the terms and conditions. It's up to you. It's on you. You need to take out your insurance with it. So, yeah, until people start to wake up to fucking the whole thing.
I don't like either of these things happening. I don't like Airbnbs because they fuck up long-term renters. And I don't like people doing anything where it comes into someone else's property and fucks up for sheer fun and shits and giggles.
Yeah.
It's both things are annoying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can hate both things at the same time.
Absolutely. But it's hard to explain that to people. Because it's like, anyone you talk to is like, oh, I hate this guy that he did this. Oh, so you like Airbnb? It's like, no, I also don't like that. Oh, so you think what he did was good. No, it could be two bad things at once, guys.
Yeah. And last up thing we have, JD Vance decided to call all of China peasants.
I'm so hoping he gets fucked up for this one. Like that, he says it twice with his full chest in less than a minute. Like in 2 sentences, he calls them peasants. The thing I think
is, he doesn't just call them peasants. It's like, yeah, they're peasants. Then we buy the things the peasants made.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like,
so you're just treating them like a manufacturing
Yeah.
The way he puts it is, we borrow money from the Chinese peasants, and then we make the things the Chinese peasants want. Like, mate, Does no one clear your speeches before you get in front of the camera?
But if
What
you're
the
borrowing
fuck?
money from fucking peasants, it means the peasants have got more money than you.
Yeah,
What does that make you?
it makes him JD Vance, which should just be a slur at this point.
I feel like you could get away with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, if
Man,
I
don't
walk
be a
up to
Vance.
someone, if I call someone a JD Vance and I don't get punched, I will be surprised.
Well, maybe that person deserves to be called a JD Vance.
Oh, more than likely.
But even it's gone big enough that the Chinese government isn't even censoring it. They're letting it
Yeah.
out there. They want the people
Yeah.
to be angry. You're fucked up when they're going, oh no, this is actually good for us. Yeah, no, fuck, throw it out there.
Ever since the TikTok ban, I think China realized that we don't have to censor the shit coming from the US because no one's going to fucking believe it anyway.
All right, boys. Shall we move on to the big thing for this week, which is it's book week?
Yay! I like books.
Yay.
So, last month's book was Connection Unknown.
Mhm.
I believe chosen by Swoosh.
It was, yes.
So, what do we think?
I rather enjoyed it, but it is very much a entry-level sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like, we have the benefit of having read a lot of shit, and you could see a lot of things happening. Like, the second they mentioned, oh, there's zero latency, the graphics is really good, the physics is amazing. It's like, that it's an actual thing. You're Ender's Gaming.
Yeah.
But I was okay with it.
Particularly when they're like, every character is a robot.
Yeah.
It's like, so you kind of overplayed your hand there.
Mm.
At least if people could somehow customize, it'd be like, okay, maybe it is a game. But the minute it's like everyone's the same generic robot, it's like, it's not a game.
I rather
for real
enjoyed
things.
the B side story, which is the guys defending against the megacorps who are trying to take back
Yeah.
their shares.
That
I
was
really
actually
enjoyed that part. Like,
Just
I
that
work
was
in
enough
that
to
sphere.
carry a fucking story. They didn't need all that other
yeah.
shit.
Absolutely.
Oddly enough, the thing I thought was weirdest was like the way the guy that Chatfield can write a combat section. It's really interesting and engaging. So it was like, why did you need the game overlay?
Yeah.
You could have just written a story about this war, which is 90% of the book, and that's engaging enough. You don't need to then be like, oh yes, jack into the net. We're going to pretend this is a video game. Just have people piloting robots as part of a corp war.
Yeah.
Be amazing.
The whole thing could have taken better turns, I thought. It was just, it was enjoyable for what it was, but...
Oh, yeah.
Look, it was absolutely generic. This is popcorn sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's not going to push you any envelopes. You're probably going to predict half the story as it happens, but like...
If
This
I had a
is
younger
something I'd be
cousin
okay
that wanted to read a sci-fi book and they weren't sure what to read, I think that'd be safe to give to them. Like, just...
Yeah.
You'd enjoy it. It's a good idea.
Honestly,
I'd
the
either
same
give them
time,
that
if-
or Ender's Game.
Well, yeah, that was about to be my point. It's like, well, if I was going to give them this, I'd probably be more inclined to give them Ender's Game.
It's
Yeah,
we have
'Cause
Ender's
that's
Game at
this,
home.
but better.
Yeah, it's Aldi Ender's Game. But,
Look, it's not bad. Like,
It's
Chatfield can write good characters and good scenarios. So
absolutely.
it's definitely enjoyable. It's just so I've read this before.
Yeah. If you don't read a lot of sci-fi, I definitely recommend it. I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
If you read a lot of
agree.
sci-fi, it's a fun setting if you want to get some ideas. But this is the kind of thing I would want to give to like HBO or any other system or any other like production house to make schlock out of.
Yeah.
Because there's room to expand. Stop giving them Halo and start expanding these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. The ending was, fulfilling in most respects. I quite enjoyed it. There's more sequels to it, so it leaves it open-ended.
I might read them, I might not. Depends how I'm feeling. Like, if I don't have anything else I'm particularly keen on reading, I might.
Yeah.
Give it a-
If I'm
give it a
absolutely
look.
skint for other books, I might have a look at it, but I'm going to need my fucking skin.
I could see myself wanting it as like a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Like if I'd read a really like detailed, complicated book, it was like, God, man, I just need something that's just gonna kind of like breeze by and be like an easy read. I could see myself going back and being like, I'll just pick one of these up. It's gonna be generically good enough.
Yeah. Solid, like, 6 to 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Higher if you've not read much sci-fi.
Yeah. If you've not read much, but you want to, like, dip your toe in.
Yeah. But
See, like,
I
we're
still
used to
think
chili. And so when we
Yeah.
eat the spicy thing, we're fine. But if you eat the spicy
they're
thing,
pretty
you die.
much. Yeah.
It's no
So I
Saga
think
Seven
we-
Sons, anyway.
Yeah,
Look,
no, I'll
man,
give it
that series is fucking peak sci-fi. That, I mean,
God.
that doesn't just... That's not just sci-fi. That gets to be put into the space opera category.
Fucking
Not
oath
just
it
that,
does.
you can use each book as a weapon. Like,
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a good space opera.
You know, I actually own that entire series in large print.
Oh, God.
So the books are even bigger.
You could actually commit a murder with those books. Like, holy
I'm
shit.
pretty sure.
Just by
if
putting
it-
him on a
it-
high shelf and making it wobble.
Actually,
I'm pretty sure all I'd have to do is have a small child lay down on the ground and just put one on him and be like, that's it.
it's like the martial arts training where they're holding cinder blocks. They're just holding those books on their chest.
It was like I wanted to have like one really good condition copy of the Saga of Seven Sons because I've got my copy which has been thrown in bags and chucked everywhere, and my mom's copy. The first thing my mom does with every book is break the spine, and I hate it.
God damn.
There's
Yeah,
nothing.
no.
There's few things worse to book people than people who break book spines.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
Um,
speaking of big books, I actually got my full copies of the Lackadaisy books.
oh, so did I. They're so
Yeah.
nice.
They're gorgeous. And I'm really glad I got them because apparently the webcomic is just kind of disappearing. So,
Yeah, probably because they've paid. Like people have the books now, so they're just sort of taking it offline.
Whatever
But
happened
they are
to the
making their
animated
shows
series
still.
of that?
they're still working on it. There was a pilot done, and I think they're looking to get that picked up the same way
Yeah.
that...
Yeah, I remember watching the pilot on YouTube. I
Oh no,
think they pointed
the Kickstarter that we got the books from was to get 5 episodes off the ground.
That's right.
I'd have to look it up again to see what the last update on it was.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of backed it for the books more than the animated show.
Same.
I've already got the bit I really wanted.
The extra episodes now are just going to be like, icing on the cake. So
Yeah, they're going to show up on YouTube at some point and be like, oh my god, some of that's out!
it's like, oh my god, that thing! I'm going back to Hell of a Boss. Bye.
Yeah. But Hell of a Boss keeps creating, like, anthems for our generation.
And they also keep making me feel things. How
Yeah.
dare they?
Yeah, they do.
That.
No, we all like the last one, at least nominally.
Yeah.
Our experience with sci-fi is what's bringing it down, not the book.
Yeah.
So it's my pick for this month. This month we're going to read Dream Park by Larry Nivel.
Dream Park.
And here's the blurb. A group of pretend adventurers suits up for a campaign called the South Seas Treasure Game. As an early role-playing game, there are dungeon masters, warriors, magicians, and thieves. The difference? At Dream Park, a futuristic fantasy theme park full of holographic attractions and the latest VR technology. They put in an artificial enclosure that has been enhanced with special effects, holograms, actors, and clever storyline. The players get to choose as possible. The players get as close to possible to a truly living adventure. All's fun and game until a park security guard is murdered. A valuable research property has been stolen, and all evidence points to someone inside the game. The park's head of security, Alex Griffin, joins the game to find the killer, but finds new meaning in the games, and he helps to keep alive.
It sounds fun, but what I really want is... they're saying enclosed, there's probably like big walls around it. I just want a couple of hillbillies who are just hanging over the wall watching these people stagger around, not being able to see the digital enhancement.
This sounds very much somewhere between a Star Trek holodeck episode and Five Nights at Freddy's.
A little bit.
I mean, the way it was pitched to me is it was essentially like real-life D&D.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that within this setting, like, these games are big. Like, they happen you can watch people play them. So people have actually created careers going to these parks and doing these adventures.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I feel like it sounds more like augmented reality than it does virtual reality, but I'm kind of keen to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people use VR and AR incorrectly.
They do.
Yeah, the idea is like there are people in there, actors, holograms, other effects that create the adventure, and the players get to go through it. But the lead character will be the head of park security going on his murder mystery to find out what's happening within the story as they play. So
That does sound like fun.
it sounded
He's
really
playing on a
interesting.
lone man Scooby Doo.
I was suggested this book by a long-term listener of the show, Craig. Shout out to Craig.
Sup, Craig?
So, yeah, it sounded really interesting, and I was going to read it next on my list of books, and I'm like, you know what? How about we all listen to it?
Nice.
Although I did see a thing, it's, what is it? Fuck.
It's a thing?
Thing where, like, the idea that, like, people like us listen to books now, so your physical books are your audiobook trophies.
Ah, yes. You got a nice book collection. You mean my audiobook trophy collection?
It's like,
you're not right.
I hate to admit, I actually kind of do that. If I have an audiobook I really like, I seek out the physical copy for my bookshelves.
Same. Like, I want to support the person who did the thing.
Particularly since also more lit RPGs and like those style of books are becoming physical copies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's what we're doing this week. Dream Park. This month, we're going to do Dream Park. See how that goes. And, well, we're out past an hour, so I think we'll wrap things up there. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.